Yo, what's going on, homies? It's your boy Stumped back for another OPTC video, and in today's video we are looking at and taking on Ambush Sengoku. Young Ambush Sengoku is out at the moment. If you take down an 8-star clash, you get the guaranteed ambush. So if you guys haven't finished up this unit, or if you guys don't have this unit, now is the time to do it, as the power creeps in this guy came out is real, and there is a lot of teams that can get this done. So in this video today, I have 5 teams for you guys that can get it done fairly easily. So before we get into the teams, though, let's have a look at the unit. So Sengoku as a unit, as you guys can see, I still need to finish up mine. His special does a 20% HP cut through defensive, and if 4 or more characters have the same type slot, which means the same color slot, it'll make that type slot matching, and then doubles the crew slot effects for 3 turns. So this guy works really well with characters that will give you a full board of a color, or enemies that give you like a full board of like a certain colored orb, something like that. So he's fairly useful. He's a pretty good unit. So I definitely farm him up, and if you need some skulls, now's a good time to do it too. His captain ability is whatever. You don't need his captain ability. You know, you use him as captain. He makes TND slots matching for all units, boost the crew stats by 50. So fairly good unit. He has a support, but it's just stats, so who cares? So yeah, very good unit. Get him done if you've got the time in between doing your Kazuna runs. But in saying that, guys, let's hop in. Let's check out the teams. Alright guys, so team number 1 is a double kid-led team. So when you get to the end of Ambush Sengoku, he actually turns into a quick unit. So kid being like mono dex basically just does it really well. So we have the support of Corazon on our Laffy here to remove the despair that gets inflicted on turn 3. With sockets, it goes down to 2 turns, so we can use the support of Corazon or V1 Rayleigh. That'll both remove the despair. So we are going to take 2 turns to take down Akainu on this team. You can use the super typing of Kid here and probably take him down in 1, but I had the support of Bardo on VV Becca, so that way we get just a bit of healing, so we can tank a little bit of extra damage on the next stage. The whole concept of this ambush is, the hardest part is this particular stage right here, where we verse young Sengoku and young Garp, mainly because they have a orb barrier. Garp is int, Sengoku is quick. So you either need to bring units that can give themselves those kind of orbs, or you need to find a way around it. Praline and Aladdin were sort of designed to beat this particular content. But now with the support, you can actually use Praline and Aladdin support. But the way we are going to beat it on this particular team is we are going to use the switch ability of Laffy to just bypass barriers. So on the first turn, we're going to use Shanks and Beckman's special. That'll give us a 3 times chain lock and a 3 times color affinity. That way we can use the switch ability of Laffy to give us a 2 times attack boost, and then that way we can ignore barriers. Then we're just going to take our time on the next turn to take out Sengoku, just using the switch abilities of Laffy. So notable units that we have on this team are obviously VV Becca, very important. With the free-to-play Shanks and Ben Beckman, as I mentioned, we have Laffy, and then we have X-Drake on this team as well. Both Laffy and X-Drake trigger Kid's super typing, so you can get the super typing with either of those units, but Laffy is probably the most essential out of both of these. So now that we've killed Garp, we can switch into our Law unit, and we can just take a turn to take a little bit of health off Sengoku. Then when we switch into Luffy on the next turn, we can use the super typing of Kid first, and then the special of Kid, and then we can use X-Drake to lock those super bomb orbs to carry into the final stage. On the final stage, we are going to get all our orbs changed to negative orbs, but with the locking ability of X-Drake, we don't have to worry about that. Make sure you switch with VV Becca every turn as well for the chain lock. Very handy, that chain lock, as we can just do a heap extra damage and not have to worry about hitting all of our perfects. Just makes things a little bit quicker as well, to be honest. So against Sengoku now, we can use our VV Becca special and their switch ability to give us a color affinity, remove the defense up, and give us a chain lock. And then we can use Laffy's special for the orb boost. Something to note on this team, well, on this particular content is driven units actually get their specials rewinded by 5 turns at the end. So if you wanted to, you could use Kid way earlier. I totally forgot the Kid was actually a driven unit when I was doing this, so I totally forgot about that in the lead up. But with the switchability of VV Becca, Laffy's 2.5 times orbs, as well as the 2 times color affinity that we have for our strikers and our cerebral units, we just have so much damage that Sengoku is just GG. So that was the Kid team, guys. Does it very, very well. Not exactly the fastest team, but definitely very, very safe. On to the next team now. We have a double V3 Law team. V3 Law, he's so good. So we have the Rayleigh support on our V1 Snake Man. So what we're actually going to do with this particular team, as you can't use an orb boost against Sengoku and Garp on the next stage, well, Garp in particular, we're going to use the ability of V1 Snake Man. But we're going to use our Submask special first because of his amazing cooldown. And then we can carry an orb boost into this particular stage. Because we already have the orb boost, it's not going to trigger Garp's interrupt. And that way we can actually use Law's special and not have to worry about him doing all his nasty effects. So we're going to use Jinbei on this team to remove the Rainbow Shield. Basically, Jinbei's really good for this, as he gives himself a int orb, or he just gives fighters orbs. But the big thing is he gives himself an int orb to break Garp's barrier. We also have Jin and Krieg on this team. They are low-key goats of this content. They make the end ridiculously easy as they remove defense up, and their switch ability means that we can actually utilize the quick orb that gets given. Now we do want to stall a turn on Sengoku here, just so we can make sure we get our Luffy special back. The reason we want to get our Luffy special back is so we get the chain boost. With Law's special and the chain boost from Luffy, we can actually stack the two together, that's why Law is just ridiculous. Also means that we can get the Submask 2.5 times attack boost as well with the extra special. The switchability of Krieg and Jin is really handy as well, as they give us extra damage reduction on top of all of Law's damage reduction and the Miguelo damage reduction as well. So this team just can tank for days. Once we get on to the end against Sengoku, we are going to use our Submask special first. Make sure that we do that first. It's very important, as we need his cooldowns from his crewmate ability to trigger, so we get the 2.5. Then we want to use Law's special next. We want to use that before Luffy or Jin and Krieg, as it's a higher orb boost. Then we can use Jin and Krieg to remove the defense up. We can use Luffy for the chain boost, and then finally with Submask we can get the 2.5 times attack. And with that, it's just GG. So there you guys go. V3 Law getting it done. I think Sengoku has around 15 million HP, so you do need quite a bit of damage to take him out. So on to the next team now. This team was a lot of fun. We actually have a V3 Rayleigh team with a friend V2 Snake Man. Now this team was just really cool, because we can actually use Rayleigh to get through the barriers on stage 4, but we are going to use that same trick with Luffy here, V1 Snake Man, so we can remove we don't get hit by the interrupt that Garp has. Once you kill Garp, you can use orb boosts. That works fine. But in the meantime, we do want to use the Rayleigh special, so we can bypass the barriers. So very important that you have some way of having an orb boost carry into this stage. The Kazuna Moria should work well as well if you guys don't have V1 Snake Man, but I think most of you guys have this unit now, so I was happy enough to just chuck him on. So we're going to use Rayleigh special here, and we can just bypass these barrier effects and just destroy Sengoku and Garp there. Just ridiculously strong special for this particular stage. Don't get to use this guy quite as often as I'd like, so it was a lot of fun having him as the captain. You could probably use him as a sub too if you have V2 Snake Man as your own, but then you definitely need to bring some way of bringing that orb boost across. So against Sengoku at the end here, we have VV Becca and their switch ability for a 2.5 times chain lock and color affinity, as well as removing the defense up. We've got our friend Snake Man to give us an orb boost, and then we've got V3 Akainu for the attack boost and the conditional boost. So with all those specials, even though we are majority strength on this team, the fact that we just have one green unit is GG. We don't even need the super type with this team for Luffy as well, but you could probably replace Law with like... Well, actually, no, I'm thinking I probably can't. You could probably replace VV Becker with like Usahachi. So on to the next team now. We have a double V3 Katakuri team, Mono Ins. Now this team was pretty interesting actually. We're basically just utilizing Blackbeard, but unfortunately when we get to the end, we do get our specials rewinded as we are majority, well, Blackbeard and Katakuri are both driven units, which makes it a bit tricky, but using the switchability of Krieg and Jin, and then having the super typing of Katakuri, we can kind of just stall our way to make sure that we get our Blackbeard special and rely on Blackbeard for that end of turn damage. Well, end of turn damage, that just giant hit. So once again, on the young Sengoku and Garb stage, we're going to use Jinbei's special here. Now, I did goofed, and I didn't actually use the Sabo special on the turn before. So unfortunately that I didn't have the orb boost that I'd like, but with the switchability of Krieg and Jin, the special of Jinbei, we can have both of our orbs to break the barriers. Then we're going to use Miguelo's special to lock those orbs in so we have them for the second turn, as we don't really want to like wipe this stage in one turn. We do have the delay effect from our super typing of Katakuri, so we do want to make the most of that, just so we can get a little bit of healing back, as we are going to have to tank some damage at the end. Because we still have our orbs, we can break the barrier, which is really, really nice. So as I was saying, the Sabo is pretty much replaceable on this team with, I don't know, you could probably replace it with anyone that sort of reduces cooldowns. The Soba Mask, Soba Cook would work quite well as for free-to-play units. Legend Pudding would work fairly well, because you can use her special twice. Plus, I feel like she will just give you full water orbs, because we have unmatching orbs. But when we get to the end here, we want to just switch with Krieg and Jin to get our damage reduction. As you can see, we only have a little bit of HP. That's the downside using Katakuri. You do want to flirt with low HP. But in saying that, we did have enough to get it done. We did get lucky with a meat orb, so we would have been fine to stall this particular turn. But now that we've only got one turn of cooldown on our Blackbeard, we can actually use the super typing of Katakuri to delay. And that way we are just safe. So we're going to stall out one more turn to make sure we get our Blackbeard special. And then we can use Blackbeard to get the 4 times attack and 4 times orb boost, as I've used his special 2 times before this. And then we can use Krieg and Jin to remove the defense up. Now you can probably replace Krieg and Jin if you don't have them with someone like Bardo Cavendish. Really the main reason they're here is for their switchability and to get that quick orb. That quick orb is pretty much the big reason why they're here. And their switchability, but I feel like Bardo Cavendish could work quite well here. I mean, you could probably even try Laffy, I guess, but you have to get a bit lucky with some healing or replace Sabo with someone to just get some more cooldowns for that Blackbeard. You do want to remove that defense up somehow, though, so Krieg and Jin is the best option. They just low-key go for this content, or for the teams that I made anyway. Finally, we have a I always got to say that, I don't know why. We have a Shanks Crew team. You know me, I'm always going to be doing with my boy Shanks. So, on this team was just like really quickly thrown together when I was sort of trying to figure out the content. So we have Corazon on the Wano Kuni Law unit, the free-to-play one, to remove the Despair on turn 3. And with the switch abilities of Shanks, we can sort of just plot our way through this. As there is no normal attacks, only debuff, Shanks Crew's captain ability is just ridiculous. It's actually ridiculous how good he is. Again, we have Don, Krieg, and Jin on this team. We have V3 Katakuri. I sort of just threw him on because orb boosts aren't really a thing. But I sort of done goofed and I didn't actually use his special. I switched with Shanks Crew first, but you do want to use his special on this particular turn here. So we're going to use Law's special to remove the Rainbow Shield on this stage here. And ideally, you want to use Katakuri's special there before you switch with Shanks Crew. You can use Shanks Crew's special as well on this stage here. And if you hit all your perfects, you can pretty much just kill them on this turn. But I've done goofed. I didn't hit my perfects and didn't get the most out of my actual specials. So we take 2 turns to kill Garp and Sengoku here. I should have just kept attacking, to be honest. Shouldn't have tried to switch there, but this team does it ridiculously well. And if you have Shanks Crew, this is the team that I would be using to farm it, as you can sort of just chuck any units on. The Law is replaceable with literally like anyone that removes Rainbow Shield, but we have Clash Zora on him, which is really, really handy for extra damage at the end, giving us a color affinity boost. Same with the Katakuri, he's replaceable with basically anyone. This is a really good team to use someone like Praline and Aladdin, or use the Praline with the Aladdin support. That would work really, really well. You can also run Kaido on this team, as there's no normal attack only debuff, and Sengoku turns into a green unit. That's another thing you guys can do with the Praline and Aladdin combo. But I just want to have a bit of fun with this old content with some of the newer units. So I'm going to leave you with the rest of this one, guys. I hope you enjoyed this one. If you did, make sure to hit the like button. If you do want to stay up to date with more OPTC content I post, hit the big red subscribe button too. But guys, most importantly, enjoy the rest of your day. I thank you all for watching, and I will catch you all in the next one. Lights!